Hello, Raindrops, new subscribers, and old friends. Welcome to Govern Minute, minutes that matter. This is Mr. A asking you to take care of three things right now. Like and share this video, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when our videos come out. As always, this video is dedicated to the glory of God who blessed this land. Last time we spoke about elections, and we started talking about the types of elections and when they were held. And so we talked about what was called the nominating process. That is the process by which people who have declared their candidacy compete for their party's nomination. I likened it to the playoffs in football or basketball or baseball, where you have two different groups trying to be the champion of each group so they can go against each other for the championship. Same thing with the Democrats and Republicans. They fight among themselves first to get one person to go against the other side to try to get the job: president, senator, representative, governor, state representative, etc., etc. And so that's the nominating process. There are two types of elections: nominating elections and general elections. Let's talk about nominating elections first. Nominating elections, if you remember, were caucuses and primaries. The general election is held in November, and it is for the championship, for the job. For example, the presidential election is held, and it's held the Tuesday after the first Monday in November, if you remember. And that the winner of that gets the job, gets to be president. Same thing with governor and senator and representative, etc., etc. You got to understand that states do things differently. So some states and localities across the country have elections for other offices at different times. Sometimes they will put them together with the general election in November. And so that's going to vary from state to state, even locality to locality. So within the nominating process, the caucus and primaries gets the champion, gets the winner for each side, and then those two go against each other in the general election. In the general elections, we have general elections every 2 years in this country. Every 2 years in this country, we have elections for the House of Representatives. Every member of the House of Representatives is up for re-election every 2 years. In the Senate, 1/3 of the senators are up for re-election every 2 years. And we'll get into that more when we talk about the House and Senate later. And every 4 years, we have a presidential election. So, for example, in 2016, we had a presidential election. But we have elections every 2 years. So 2 years later, 2018, we had what are called off-year elections. Off-year elections are elections that happen with no presidential election. So they refer to them as presidential election years and off-year. So in 2020, we had a presidential election. And later this year, 2022, we're going to have the off-year election. So every 2 years, there are elections. There are elections for federal offices. And again, those are piggybacked a lot with state and local elections as well. But again, that varies state to state, even locality to locality. So check your local listings. Okay, so as far as the elections go, what do you vote on? Where do you vote? And so in where do you vote is called a precinct. A precinct is a voting district. Where you live, your permanent address, is your voting district, is your precinct. Within each precinct is a polling place. The polling place is usually a school or other public place where you go actually vote. So you live somewhere, you go to the polling place, you live in a precinct, you go to the polling place, and you mark your ballot. A ballot is the device by which a voter registers a choice in an election. Could be electronic, could be paper, could be a butterfly ballot, could be several different types of ballots. But a ballot, no matter what type you use, is the device by which a voter registers a choice in an election. So you live in a precinct, you go to the polling place, and you mark your ballot. And that's how elections are held. Please understand, when you go vote, you do not have to vote for every single race on the ballot. A lot of people don't go vote because they figure, I don't know about the 133rd District Court race. I don't know about the county clerk race. I don't know about the district attorney race. Okay, they know president, maybe governor, maybe senator, and they feel unqualified to vote for the rest. You don't have to vote for the rest if you don't want to. All you have to do is vote for the races you want to, and you're done. And so that is very important to remember. So if you don't feel qualified to answer or to vote for all the races, you can vote for just the ones you want to. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you paid attention because there will be a test at the next election. This is Mr. A reminding you that we, the people, are the government. We'll see you next time.